police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
We're here to kick it.
What up, Lo?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, what's good, fam? Hey, we are in the building. It's been a minute. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been live. You know, y'all, look, it's been a minute, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I was here hanging out with my brother Gabe and Gravy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and pull up and do another show. You know what I'm saying? Let's do a show. Let's talk about it. Let's hang out. Let's kick it. You know, let's talk about whatever we want to talk about. Tonight is just real open. It's real loose. It's real, you know what I'm saying? You guys know how I get down here on Raider Twuan. You talk to me, I talk back to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody out there in YouTube land. Shout out to everybody in the Raider Nation. That's right. If you guys don't know who I am, hello, my name's Raider Twuan. I am the chaplain of NWA, but I'm just a Raider fan that loves the Raiders, talks Raiders, gives you a little motivation, life influence motivation. What else do I do? A bunch of other stuff, and you'll get to know me as we get along. But first, you guys definitely need to subscribe. Click the notification bell. Those that are watching right now, they're watching because they clicked that notification bell and they saw, hey, Twuan is going live. So definitely click that notification bell so you're notified when I go live, because I do go live at random. I don't have a real scheduled live situation. So definitely you want to get on board with clicking that notification bell, and you want to make sure you put all on those notification bells. Also, as we're what I call paying the bills, if you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on IG at Twuan, TWUAN. That is how you can get for your prayer requests. Also, going across the screen, if you see on the bottom, there's ways that you can help, you know what I'm saying, support this channel financially. If you're interested in doing that and being a blessing to this channel, you can be a blessing to the channel that way. And the information that you need is going across the screen. Be an organ donor. If you are interested in being an organ donor, Raider Twuan, the channel, me, Raider Twuan, but the channel Raider Twuan, we are supporters of organ donors. We are advocates for those to be organ donors. So definitely, if you're interested in being an organ donor, you can. It's always in all of my videos in the description. So if you click the description, you'll see all my information and the links to where you can be a donor. Also, if we're live, and this is the thing, when you're live, you can actually put exclamation point, and someone's probably already did it. I haven't looked at the chat yet, but you can put exclamation point, DON, in the chat, and that will get you the link to being a donor. So definitely sign up to be a donor. And if you want my IG and you want the link to my IG, you can also do exclamation point, pray, in the chat, and I'll give you the link to my IG, and then you can send me a DM of whatever your prayer request is. It might be a situation, and just giving you guys an example, it might be you're looking for a job, and you want a little prayer on getting that job, or one of my family members is sick, can you pray for my aunt or my grandfather or whatever. Even in the more sadder situation, if you have like a death in the family or something, and you just you might be feeling a little low or whatever, hit me up on IG, what I'm saying, and tell me, hey, I need prayer. I'm not feeling good about my family situation, whatever. I got you covered. Okay, I'm here for the nation. Anybody that comes to me and is in need of prayer, I'm here for it. Okay, and if you're interested in trying it out, maybe you never prayed before, and you're interested in seeing what it does, or what what I'm saying, how it works or whatever, hit me up. We can talk about it. We can discuss about it. What I'm saying, I got time for you if you got time for me. What I'm saying, and that's just how we function around here. I try to show love to everybody within the nation. So definitely, just hit me up on IG, and we can discuss whatever needs to be discussed. Okay. The other thing, again, I'm paying bills. I should call that paying bills, right? Even though I'm not charging anybody, right? Ask Twuan. So you can send me either on IG, or you can send it in the chat, a question with hashtag all caps Ask Twuan. It could be a rare related question or a life related question. You can send it to me on IG at Twuan, or again in the chat, all caps Ask Twuan. And then what I'll do is I will make a video specifically answering your question, and shouting you out for the great question that you have asked. I hope I've covered everything. I hope I've covered everything for the moment. Right? Oh, you know what I have not done? Look, I always forget this, guys. And you guys gotta, what I'm saying, you guys gotta remind me in the chat. What I'm saying, I gotta give y'all the Raider Twuan brown cracker salute. What I'm saying? Hey, y'all need to get the brown crackers in the chat flowing. Get the brown crackers going in the chat, y'all. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how we do it over here with the fam. All the fam put the brown cracker emoji in the chat. Okay? Give y'all another one. And yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I think it's about that time. Those that know, you know what time it is. It's Raider roll call. You know what time it is. It's Raider roll call. My name is Twuan. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, my name is Twuan. Yeah. Okay. Y'all know Raider roll call. We do a Raider roll call for everybody within the nation. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this or you're listening to this, put your name in the chat. Get your name on the roll. Get on the roll call. You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is. It's Raider roll call. We want to send peace and blessings to everybody in the chat. Who's my first chatter today? Who's the first one in there? The Nation Nightmare. Shout out to you. Blessings to you. Hope all is well. Pizzle. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Ladies and gentlemen, the boss with the sauce, Alfredo, good to see you. I hope all is well. Salute to you, sir. D Menace, my first mod in the building. Thank you, Make sure, hey, please, D, please share this out to all respected areas. Thank you so much, D. We the people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, man. Hope all is well. Salute, salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? Nightbot is in here letting you guys get the donor link right there. D-Menace hooked it up. Remember, exclamation point DON gets you this link to be a donor, okay? You already know. You already know.
Hey, boo.
Hey, boo. How you doing, boo? Hope all is well. It's good to see you. Afakasi, my guy, good to see you. I hope all is well. All eyes on G, my mod. Blessings to you, man. Thank you so much. Salute. Joel E's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Joel E. Trying to make sure I get everybody. Raider Romeo. Good to see you, man. I hope all is well. Cash Lord is in the building. Blessings to you. Hope all is well, man. Salute. Pizzle. Raphael, good to see you. Blessings. Hope all is well with you. Willie Wayne. Salute. Salute. Rare's Allegiance. Lunatic Raider. My guy. I hope all is well with you, man. And I think that is it, y'all. That's Raider Roll Call. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is late now. Everybody is tardy to the party. Tardy to the party. See, that's what I get. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on this for a minute. I'm over here, you know, being real sluggish. Yeah. But I haven't been live. But I've been doing videos. So if you actually seen any of my if you go to my page, you'll see I've dropped some shorts and some other stuff you know, there. So definitely check those things out. If you can, you know what I'm saying, flood, you know what I'm saying, my page and like all my videos, you know what I'm saying. If you bored, just go over to, you know what I'm saying, go to my channel and just like all my videos. And like this one. Why? Because I like you. Yeah. Hey, y'all like that? Y'all like that? Because I like it. I like it because I like you. You know what I'm saying? If you have not subscribed, you know what I'm saying, click the notification bell. I always say that. I believe I haven't looked at where we're at, but I think we are close to 200 subscribers. So if you guys can help me get to that again, that would be awesome. Raider Fontaine, good to see you. I hope all is well with you, man. Blessings to you. On tonight. It is. I got stuff going off. Oh, got it. I got look. It is what is it? NFL football eve. You know what I'm saying? This is the day before, you know what I'm saying? Real football starts flying. You know, the real bullets, like I said, the real bullets start. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited because I think we got something with our boys. You know what I'm saying? I think we got something there. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see our guys really get out there. You know what I'm saying? Not just not, we saw in preseason, we saw the ones, you know what I'm saying, to a small degree, but now we are going to be able to see them the whole game. And let's see what happens when they put their foot in, at least to my opinion, put the foot in the Broncos. Ray Love, good to see you. I hope all is well. Blessings to you, my good sir. So yeah, man, I am just excited about what is to come for the Raiders. And the first week is always going to be interesting, because they're not going to know who they are as a team week one. It takes a couple of, I would say about week 3. They should kind of know for sure how they going, like the identity of the team. That first week, it depends on how much, how many snaps the ones on respective sides have got. This might be their first real solid wake up. So it's going to be I'm looking for it not to be a blowout. I'm actually looking for it to be not a close game, but I think it's going to be closer than what people, what I have heard, and people are expecting. But you guys can tell me, outside of, give me one guy on Raider Chris. Good to see you. I hope all is well. Blessings to you, sir. Tell me who you guys got. Oh, let's do this one. Which wide receiver is going to be the biggest performer? What wide receiver you think is going to ball out? What wide receiver do you think is going to ball out? Yep. That hey Chris, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Who you guys think is going to ball out? Ray Love said DA. Okay. Okay. Raiders Allegiance says Jacoby Myers. Chris said he putting money on Renfro. And I'll say this to you about Renfro. I think Renfro. I think. I don't want to say it's this game, but I think this season we're going to see a jump from Renfro. I just feel that. Oh, where is it? You guys got the chats flowing. Hold on. Let me catch y'all. All I said, any of them without the name Tucker. Hey, Tucker better get he better get some pine tar or whatever on them gloves for real. Where the people said Jacoby Myers. Okay. Hey fam, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second. I'm keep bringing in you know who you think's gonna your wide receiver that's gonna ball out. As I bring in one of my guests, I'm happy that he's here. He is a mound of knowledge. I love the person that he is, and I know that he'll have something interesting to say tonight as we hanging and chilling. Ladies and gentlemen, mashed potatoes and gravy.
What's up, Twuan? Thanks
Hey,
for the
what's good?
invite, brother. I'm
Hey,
doing well, bro. Just got my belly filled up, and I have a stogie with you.
for sure.
What's going on?
I asked the question, and you can think about it as I'm running off some of these guys chats, because I'm actually looking at reading off of what they're saying. I asked them what wide receiver is going to ball out against the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
All I said, Myers or DA. Lunatic. He said I'm with Lunatic. So so we the people. I think you're saying Jacoby Myers.
Yes, sir. I agree. I said it yesterday that Jacoby Myers is you figure if unless Peyton's crazy or his defensive coordinators, they could double up DA if they want to, or put a high safety on him. They could put a high safety on. It's been done before, and his precise route running is so developed now that, and it still could get better. That he's gonna take his routes with another year in the offense to a whole different level. And with that, there's going to be more protection on him. Gary Payton's not stupid. He's not going to throw one guy at him. So
Mm,
it's either going to be a high safety or they're going to double up him with a safety. So Jacoby Myers is the one that's going to do the crosses. He's the one that's going to do the deeper patterns, maybe the quick slant patterns, and he'll have maybe not as much yards as Da would have, but I think he's going to get more balls thrown his way and have more catches.
got it.
So to answer the question, I think Jacoby Myers is going to have a great game.
Okay. Alfredo said DA, you know what I'm saying? They can't control him. Hey, look, hey, I feel you, and I think Gravy also was talking about this when he was saying what he was saying is in this situation, that is a fact that they're one person cannot hold, you know what I'm saying, Devontae Adams, and it's one of those situations where a coach is like, I have to take away somebody, you know what I'm saying, and I believe that, you know, Coach Payton is not stupid enough to say, I'm just going to let DA run free. So that means they're going to double, you know what I'm saying? And we people said it too. They're going to double DA and, you know what I'm saying? Or focus on Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? It's either going to be run or pass. And if it's a pass, then definitely they're going to be try to lock up on DA. So that means Renfro's open. That means, you know what I'm saying, Jacoby Myers is open. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I agree with you, Gravy. I feel like um I don't know who their I don't know who their slot corner is. Because if I knew who their slot corner is, that would probably give me an indicator on if Renfro would be in the, you know, in the slot eating. Because that also is a possibility. It could be Jacoby Myers, but it also could be Renfro. I definitely don't think it's going to be Da. I think this year Da is of course he's going to get his looks, he's going to get his numbers. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to serve a lot as a decoy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I like I said, I think these coaches aren't stupid. Like,
Decoys
they're
don't
not
get
going to
that
let
much.
Da run free.
Decoys don't get that much touchdowns like last year.
Yeah.
But when you say that they're gonna double DA and this guy's gonna be open and that guy's gonna be open, it's not that's not necessarily true. They're gonna have people on him, but damn guys like Jacoby and Renfro,
Mm.
the one that's gonna be a factor to me is the tight ends. The tight ends are gonna. That's the way that offense works.
Uh,
It's different when you got a guy like Da, and we would have had like a similar guy like Jacoby Myers next to besides Da, then the tight ends would be more of a factor, like you seen in the slot. In the slot, guys will be more.
uh,
That's why you had your Gronks and your Amendolas and those guys. And nobody knew who the outside guys were, really. If they got it, they got you off guard. That's the way that offense works. It's the things. Okay, you want to stop these guys, but we're gonna do something different. And then those guys are good football players, and they can catch the ball and get yards too. And that's how you get hurt. That's how they hurt you by designing plays to those other guys. And then you're gonna pop one to Da. DA's gonna. DA isn't going to fall off the earth with this offense. But I think that Hunter Renfro's going to be a big factor. He if he can stay healthy and if he's doing his thing and besides improvising, then he's gonna shine. And I'm excited to see that. Really excited to see that. And
Yeah,
it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop when it's going, bro. It's hard. It's very hard. You don't know what you're doing, so they can make you
it's
look stupid.
it's going to be interesting to see when Renfro gets to the place of, you know what I'm saying. It's one thing when you're running the route, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
when you're just running the route, but then it's another thing when you're making that route your own. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, you, of course, you have the whatever route you have. You know what I'm saying? If it's a slant, it's a slant. But whatever little juice you add to, you know what I'm saying, jazz that up or to get even more separation, like, it's going to be interesting to see when we get to see that in Renfro. Because I
Well,
think I think when he gets the playbook really down, and I'm not saying he doesn't have it down now, but if he can get the playbook down and then say, you know what, maybe if I do this, you know what I'm saying, or maybe if I it,
uh,
you know, I'm just excited to see that side
actually,
of Renfro.
but see that's actually a bad thing, Twan. When you talk about this offense, you see the reason why Renfro got his contract and with Gruden and all this stuff was because he could run that China route, doing ballerina stuff and taking it. You got to mind you that it does it. Uh, this ball's going to be out of Garoppolo's hands within 3 seconds. So you're not going to have time to improvise. You're supposed to be at a place to get the ball there. You know what I mean? So you're not going to have that millisecond for that little extra step that you want to shake that corner. It's either going to be you're open or you're not. Then Garoppolo's looking somewhere else. You see, with the other quarterback that we had, he held the ball for so long that waiting for Renfro to do that stuff got him sacked. He fumbled the ball, made the offensive line look bad. Would take almost 4.5 seconds to get rid of the ball, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But but Garoppolo knows that he needs to get that ball out of there in a certain amount of time because McDaniels designed these plays to where he knows if the defense lines up what he calls a certain play and the defense lines up what he wants or similar to what he wants. It might not be the coverage. It might not be, they might be blitzing. They might be doing some stuff in the tackle area. But if the secondary stays to what he thinks it's gonna be, then he knows what guy is gonna be open. It's just if Garoppolo matches that, And then there's other tags. So kind of what they say about McDaniels is that he tells you where to throw the ball because he knows where the ball is going to go. He knows the weak spot in the defense where if they're in this certain defense, it's going to be wide open. It's just can the receiver run the right route and get there.
Yeah.
So it ain't like free balling, like the other guy was doing, taking 5 seconds to do this. It's hike, 1, 2, 3, boom, gone like that. Quick tempo, you know. We watched over the years these guys run tempo offenses, and then there was always New England with Tom Brady, with slow as Tom Brady, always having the fastest, tempo on offense. Look it up. You guys can look that up. Over the years, when Brady was with New England, they ran plays faster than anybody else, and it was weird to see. It was weird to see because Tom Brady's slow, and then the receivers aren't. We don't know who these receivers are, but and they were just fast at the huddle. And then they break, they call it the play, and I don't want to break down the offense, but the offense is faster. The terminology is faster because you don't have these paragraphs as plays. You just have two words. They could be
Yeah.
like right Twuan. That's the play. And you could change it. You can have a tag, what we call tag. It'll be a check, Twuan King, and then that's it. That's the play. Everybody knows what a king is, and everybody knows what a Twuan is as far as running the routes. It's
Um,
not blah 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 XYZ hook lurl, this and that, and then you say your protection. It's easy. The terminology is faster. That's why they run plays faster. So I'm sorry for ratting, but I dig that shit.
no, that's good. Like, I used to trip out on how, what I'm saying, like, because the NFL, every once in a while they'll allow a coach to, especially like when Gruden was, our coach, or like McVay, like they actually let us hear one of the calls, and
Mm-hmm.
the call that would go in, I'm like, God, like you just gave that, you literally gave that person a paragraph, you know what I'm saying, like of a play, and then now that person has to go out there and run it. Like there has to be a way to simplify it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, there's the McDaniels offense that where it can be simplified,
And what are you doing? What are you doing when you're in the huddle calling this long ass paragraph play? What's moving, Twin? The clock, right?
Yeah.
The hurry up clock. So the play clock is moving, not the game
Uh-huh.
clock. It could be stopped or whatever,
Yeah.
but the play clock is moving.
Mm-hmm.
So you're taking forever. And then and the defense is resting. Those big tackles are resting. They're getting their breaths. And nah, man, you don't let those guys rest. You go up, call the play, call on the line. Hey, King Twuan, there it is. Boom, let's go. Hut. And then have they go. Oh shit, I got to do this again. Got to do this again. And I've heard the defensive linemen say, "Man, that tempo was crazy." You know, they've been mic'd up playing against New England or any kind of McDaniel stuff. There's almost two teams that run it. Baltimore does it. A lot of the guys that were New England head coaches, they did it, but a lot of them are out. But McDaniels is the one that does it the best,
Yeah. I
and that's important. That's why they get their quarterbacks. That's why they teach their quarterbacks. O'Connell knows that now. Hoyer knows how fast it needs to be. You know, just watch the clock at the game. Watch and see when we hike the ball. It'll be around 20, 18. A lot of people are going down to zero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's letting them big guys get breaths, and it's letting that secondary make adjustments.
The other thing I'm excited about is this is, let's run back one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about, DeAndre Carter. I think to be honest with you, and this is just my little take on the Broncos game. I think he might actually run one back on the Broncos.
Yeah.
I really do. We have a speed, what I'm saying, in our return game that we haven't had in I it's kind of hard to remember. You know what I'm saying? And
When Jacoby Ford was back there.
yeah, I mean, that was probably like the last person that, like, you knew he touched the ball and it was electric. He was gone. You know what I'm saying? And I have that feeling about Carter. I think Carter is going to help us a lot in the return game. I know that there's the new rule and stuff like that, and they're going to have to play around how that, how that's really going to play into the season. But on returns, I think we're going to be on the plus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going in, and that's something that we haven't had in a while.
Well, that game where Carter got a bunch of special team return. He was around the 35, almost 40-yard line. That's every offensive coordinator loves that, bro. Your playbook is so wide open when you get right there. And then with a field goal kicker like Carlson, just in case, in case things go bad, y- you're talking maybe gaining 30, 35 yards until you're for sure field goal. That's like 50 to 40 yards right there for that's a chip shot for Carlson now. Almost any kicker, but that's not what I want. I want to be in the red zone. I want to be able to score. So,
Yeah.
but the return game, those guys, Carter's doing a great job returning, but those guys that are blocking for him are doing their job also, and that's important. Those 10 guys that are blocking for him, that makes a big difference too if you got good guys there.
So all eyes on G actually asked a good question. He says, does the weather play into any of the game plan? You know what I'm saying? Is he said it's supposed to rain, and to be honest with you, I think the way that our offense is set, you know what I'm saying, with the quick passing and the run game, I really don't think it
Hmm.
really, you know what I'm saying, affects it. Like I'm not saying that they're not conscious of that, but I've
No, it
noticed
gets
that.
slippery.
Yeah,
Gets slippery,
yeah.
Twan. You're always worried about ball security. You know what I mean? But that's as the run game is rainy days, wet days, when everything's soaked up. Just keep the ball dry and run the pound the ball. The other team's thinking that way too. But I've seen teams throw the heck out of the ball in rainy days and they're successful.
and
But
and,
it's
and
just
oh,
ball
go ahead.
security.
No,
I'm sorry.
and I noticed that, like, of course, on those rainy days, like the deep ball, like you might try to take a shot at it, but it ain't the best. You know what I'm saying? Even the guys that we consider to be the best deep ball throwers, like on a rainy day, like that ball, it ain't doesn't look good. So it's a lot of short passing, you know what I'm saying, if they have to pass. And of course, like you said, focusing on that run game. And I think that works. That again, I think that works with what we're doing and what we even want to do. You know what I'm saying? I've always said that we wanted to, you know what I'm saying, be a team to, you know, run to open up the pass. You know what I'm saying? So if we got to run the ball good, and a quick slant to DA every once in a while, or you know what I'm saying, whoever, just to stay on schedule, then it'll work.
They catch you off guard with some deep patterns and things like that, but they're most likely in the NFL. They're aware of that. And if uh, if it's a wet day like that, it's basically who has the best offensive line, best defensive line, and you go at it, man. You see what you do in the weight room, then I've heard people say, "Well, that's the way football should be." Nah, it's not that. It's not supposed to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no snow in football. Ain't no, you know. That's why. That's why they got dome stadiums because they were tired of that shit.
I think we did have a game that it was raining, but I can't right now in my head. I know definitely that Pittsburgh game was just balls freaking freezing. But yeah.
We had a quarterback that never won a football game that was below what 40 degrees or something like that. You're from New England. You got to be used to. If you played in New England, Minnesota, Chicago, New York, you know what cold is, bro. Even Denver. But you from Vegas, LA, Miami, Tampa, even in Texas, maybe you don't like that. You don't like being in it, but you still got to play the game.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like you have um you kind of it's like as good as the quarterbacks are on the, you know what I'm saying, on the West Coast, it's kind of like, can that player acclimate to the weather that's on the other side? Because we don't get that. You know what I'm saying? We if you're a quarterback in California, you're not going to be used to the snow and everything else, because even the people that you play, you know what I'm saying, they're usually in your region. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're going all the way across the other side, you know what I'm saying, to play games like that. So
It's cold in Kansas City in certain months, and it's and our schedule puts us in Kansas City when it's cold. We play Kansas City at the end of our schedule, both.
yeah,
So we're gonna have one of those games, and I don't know if Minnesota comes here, but we play Minnesota. We play Green Bay. Are those home games? Or gotta look. But if it's a weather game, then usually the guys are pumped up and they keep themselves warm and just hang on to the football. They work on that a lot. It's gonna be cold, so let's hang on to the ball.
yeah. I mean, and of course, the coaches, they do their preparations to, you know what I'm saying, like the wet ball drill and everything else and stuff like that, just to kind of get them prepared for as much as they can for situations like that. But it's like kind of a situation where they just got to suck it up, and when they get there, just suck it up and get out there.
It basically is just keeping the ball dry. You keep that ball. The ball gets heavier when it gets wet, and when it's cold, it gets harder. So you just got to be prepared. If you got to wear gloves, or if you got to throw it, you wear gloves, and then if you run with it, shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, they just gotta. Uh, I was, if I had like billions of dollars, I would have a facility for, like, specifically for the Raiders, to where they could like get acclimated. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, if they knew they was going to like Buffalo and it was going to be snowing, like have a facility, like an indoor facility where like it actually
Have it
gets
free.
like snows. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that'd
like
be cool. That'd be cool to
it,
have.
yeah, it would be cool, especially for teams like, you know, like Vegas, that you're gonna, of course it gets cold in Vegas, but you know, majority of the time it's hot. You know what I'm saying? So that, just having them get acclimated to it, like before they even get over to wherever they're at.
But if you're from New York and it's just we're going through a lot of shit weather-wise around here. But if you're used to 60 70 days, you know what I mean? And you come to Vegas and it's 92, 95 degrees and the stadium is almost 100, that's a problem for you. You know what I mean? You don't like that. It's uncomfortable. It's, you know, it's humid probably. Fans are over you and all that shit. So it works both ways. It works both ways. Like if you go to Dallas or somewhere out there where it's real humid and shit, you know, that they got humid days over there. That's crazy, man. I hate doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, all I sent is what you know what he talking about?
Hmm. They put steroids in the beef over here or something. Get some extra meat. But I
ain't
don't
he
know
the
if that's true.
ain't he the backup?
Yeah. Well, he always been a little yoked up dude. You know, like shit. Carr might be eating the same shit. He must be eating that Fresno beef because Carr got a little bit yoked up too.
Yeah,
Arms popping out, arms
they
popping out, looking all sexy and shit.
they
Trying
had
to.
a video of him and he looked kind of cut. I was like, okay,
Mm,
I don't know where that came from, but okay.
Why can't he get it like that over here? Eating all them buffets over here got him chunky.
Yeah.
But you get that beef in Fresno, bro. You start blowing up like a muscle man.
Fresno beef.
Harris Ranch, bro. Harris Ranch over here in the
No, I heard
valley.
about
Mm.
it. It like so Harris Ranch because I heard about that place. Like, is it like a really huge?
And they got about thousands and thousands of acres with nothing but cows on it. It's good. It's good meat. It's expensive, but it goes everywhere. They probably most on the western side of United States, but there's steaks and tri-tips and things like that.
Oh, he got popped. He got a 6-game suspension for performance enhancing.
They're piss test car too. Yeah, that was on the
USDA.
news today. That was on the news today.
What about
He
him
was he was
being
an all he was an all right quarterback, but he threw too many picks in big games. So
who
I
Hainer?
wasn't really down. Yeah, tough kid, small but tough, real tough. Played injured. Um, lost two back to back. I remember the games that I went to. He lost two back to back games against one against Oregon, and then I think the other one was against USC. Two Pac-10 teams in a row. We had to go play them, and Oregon came to Fresno to play us, and he lost that game throwing a pick. Two games in a row, pick in the end zone, throwing a fade route to the corner. Same exact fucking fade route.
Maybe that's his not every not all quarterbacks can make every throw, you know what I'm saying, and maybe that's one of the throws that he needs to work on, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't do it at all, but it might be just one of those ones he just needs to work on the fade. because
I think he's not like a special type guy like like Aiden is, but he can make the throws. He can make that long out route. He can do some comeback routes, crossing path, mesh stuff. He's a good quarterback. But he's real tough. He's
yeah,
a tough kid. So you like that when you're. It stands out. It stands out when you're a tough kid. I don't know if he's NFL type tough. Little. Maybe that's why he's taking that shit to bulk up to. You probably seen the tackles over there and said, "Nah, I need to juice up." Mhm.
yeah. I yeah. I think Hayner is in a good place
Mhm.
because he's not. It's not like he's forced to be. It's not like he's thrown to be the starter. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that he's lacking, you know what I'm saying, he can pick it up. You know what I'm saying? By the time his number might get called. You know what I'm saying?
I think Winston's still over there, isn't he?
Who
Is he still over there?
with the Saints?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I don't think Wentz. Did Wentz get signed to the Saints?
He was a starter last year, wasn't he? Jameis been there for a minute.
You talking about Winston?
Yeah, that's what I said. Winston.
Oh, I thought you said. I, why was I thinking Carson Wentz?
Nah,
The dude
Winston.
from Philly.
Nah,
Um,
Jameis. I should have said Jameis.
yeah. Um,
The 30-30 guy. 30
no, I think
touchdowns, 30 picks.
now you won't have me look because
Because I don't think Tanner's number two. He can't be two.
yep, he's still on the Saints.
Yeah, he's probably the number two.
Yeah,
Either Tanner probably got number three or
number 3.
practice squad guy.
And then they got a fourth quarterback,
Uh,
but he's a tight end.
yeah. Hill.
Yeah, I guess that was their way to stash him, make him be a tight end.
Well, in fantasy, he's both of them. He's tight end and quarterback or running back or something like that. He's one of those players that got two.
Yeah,
He could play him at two, but I didn't pick him up. I did last year. He didn't do shit. I
yeah,
dumped him
because
after the second game.
I think it was like maybe 2 years ago. He was getting busy for him. Like,
That's
you know
how
what I'm
we got
saying?
paid.
He was playing. He was actually playing better than the guy that they had at in certain situations. He was playing better than the guy that they actually had as starter.
He got paid. He got a lot of money to do that.
Yeah, I thought for sure that he was actually going to get the keys um when Drew Brees decided to retire. Because remember he was there when Drew Brees was on the team. So I was like, okay, well, Drew Brees is gone. They probably just gonna give it to, maybe change the offense a little bit to kind of give it that younger, mobile quarterback look. But he's already there, so why not? You know what I'm saying? Give him the keys. But I
When
guess
Drew Brees split, and I knew Champagne was over, so he didn't really go on any terms. He left on bad terms actually with New Orleans. That's why Denver had to basically trade for him send picks over to him because he was still under contract.
Yeah.
Did you know? And Denver already was messed up cap. What I mean, pick wise because Wilson, and then they ended up doing that for a coach too. So Denver is not gonna unless they do gripper trades, you know, that they're gonna have to do that offensively because they got a pretty good defense there. They got a really good defense there. I should take that back.
Mm.
But offensively, it's hurting them, and you could tell that. You know, they could have went and got a good, real good receiver. They got one. You know, they got one of the best in this draft, but it's not a security blanket for Wilson to be anything better than what he was last year. They got Sutton. You know, Sutton's a good receiver, but he's not a game change type guy.
Yeah.
So, but they're strapped, bro. They're strapped for picks. You know, they got new ownership, so I think Walmart got them, and a whole bunch of people. Candelisa Rice is owning the team, and all these other people. You know,
Yeah.
and then
That whole ownership
they got like
thing is
16. They got like
yeah.
16 owners. The main one's the Walmart people. So
Yeah.
they,
But you, to be honest with you, and you know, even though I'm a Raider fan, I feel like the Broncos are actually like on paper, like if all those guys, you know what I'm saying, like their wide receivers and everything were healthy, they're not that bad.
I
Like
like Judy.
like Cortland Sutton, like he's like, of course, you know, you people want to say he's old or whatever the situation may be, but like he plays a role, you know what I'm saying, on that offense. You know what I'm saying? And
He does it well.
when you have all those other pieces, he fits in well with what they're trying to, you know, what they call on him to do. Kind of similar to what the Saints are doing with Michael Thomas. I don't think Michael Thomas is going to be like, you know what I'm saying, the Michael Thomas of old, but if he can catch a sure catch slant every once in a while to move the chains, that's what you're going to need out of a player. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think the Broncos would be a whole lot better if they didn't already get hit with the injury bug so early. We haven't even started, you know what I'm saying, games, and they're
They
already getting hit
always
with the injury
do.
bug.
And then Judy has an injury that never goes away. It's a
Yeah,
hamstring. It never goes away. You know, he's gonna be dealing with that shit all year. It ain't gonna get better. If he wants to play, he's gonna do something to it. He's gonna miss practice. But Judy's Judy. You know what I mean? I think he established himself as that type guy, zone guy, semi deep threat, but not with a bad hammy.
yeah,
You know, and with Michael Thomas, I think that Carr is in a good place there offensively because he has Olave there, he has Michael Thomas there, and then the offensive line can be beefed up a little bit, but they just need to protect him. That's what Derek Carr needs. He needs to be protected so he can hold the ball for 5 seconds and do his shit, or he's gonna do it anyway.
Joel, to be honest with you, I would say no, because right now Sutton is the only person they got. You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes to what I was saying earlier about, like, Sutton is a good receiver when all those other guys are, you know what I'm saying, all those other guys are there, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
when that's pretty much all you got, and a rookie on the other side, like, Marcus Peters is going to chew that up. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like,
The anticipation. Anticipation is to get the rookie going, and because the way Sean Payton is that if you're a rookie, he'll throw you out there, and then and Sutton's probably the two. Judy's the one, but he has a bad hammy, so that makes Sutton the to shine. Hey, you got to step up, see what you got, see what you got. And they probably got some other guys, but the running game with Javante, he's he's adequate for them. You know, he's a pretty good running back on the perimeter. I don't know about inside, but on the perimeter, he gets up there. That's what hurt us last year. But if we can sew that up, then I can tell where he wants to go. He wants to take you outside. So his vision goes that way, and then we just got to get Masterson. And it usually, he was going to the left side where Masterson was, and they pull guys. They're big linemen. They pull them, and then if he gets 1-on-1 with Masterson, he can do. That's why it's so important that Masterson dial that down and breaks down and gets the for sure tackles and not the back end of his heels tackles where he
Uh,
gains 4 yards stretching out. You know what I mean? So he needs to wrap up at the line of scrimmage, and then that'll stop that running game. And if our interior clogs up that middle, he won't be able to do nothing. But I like their running back. I like they got a nice squad, but ours is better.
no, yeah, I agree. I just I know part of us are, we're all fans, right? We're all fans of the Raiders, but sometimes we're overly, what I'm saying?
That's the
Like
way I
you
was, Twine.
you
That's
you
the way
got
I
you
was,
you you
bro.
gotta you gotta give them some kind of respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna beat them, but there's no way we're gonna beat them 100-20. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
not the score prediction I'm putting out there. You know what I'm saying? As much as I'm a fan of the Raiders, we're not beating them 100-20, and that's sometimes some of these predictions and what I think is going to happen. I'm like, God, you really think that's going to happen, or you just have faith that in your team? You know what I'm saying? That it could possibly, you know,
No,
I,
I think with the way we can score, if Twan, it took me when I was younger, and I'm talking maybe 20 years ago.
mm,
I was still a fan. I love the Raiders, but I was coaching also. But I was coaching at babies and elementary school, where it's kind of fun, and I was still the rah rah. We're gonna kick ass 50-0 or whatever. And I might talk some shit now, but if now that it took me to get to high school in junior college to where you would say I would hear guys saying we ain't gonna win this game. Coaches,
mm,
we ain't gonna win this game, but we gotta compete and we gotta tell these guys that they can. But and then sometimes you surprise people. Sometimes your game plan works, and they're not ready for you. They're
mm,
not motivated to play you, and you win the game. It happens a lot. But that's my senses now to where you understand that hey, we're playing a better team than us, and very well you get beat, but let's be competitive. Let's do what we do, and don't make mistakes because that one mistake can make you lose the game. And we're not in that situation. I think we're the better team. We have better players, and we'll come out. It's one of those situations where they're saying, "Well, how can we beat the Raiders?"
mm,
And McDaniel's and them are saying, "What are we gonna do to put this win? make this better for us. That's the way I see it.
mm.
They're looking at it. They're looking at finding ways to beat us. We're looking at ways to top it off, and
Yeah,
that's the way I see.
and I mean that I think that was just the the tone of what we've dealt with, you know what I'm saying, even from last year. A lot of it was, mental and not finishing, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
and not, finishing games, you know what I'm saying, and that's how we end up losing. And you know a lot we end up losing games, you know not because the other team beat us, it was because we were beating ourselves,
Hmm.
in certain aspects. And yeah, I agree with you, but and even with just sports in general, we, and I know that the game, whoever plays the game the cleanest usually is the winner. You know what I'm saying? The one with the less penalties, the one with the less, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what sport it is, you know what I'm saying? Baseball, basketball, whoever has the less errors, they're most likely going to win the game. So I think it's just,
Yeah.
for us, I think it's just making sure we play a clean game. You know what I'm saying? More, especially on our, like, I always say our offensive line is a big one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When it comes to flags and stuff like that, like, let's clean that stuff up. And if we can clean that stuff up, then I think that'll even give us even more games.
No, yeah, you're correct, but there's holding on every play in football. You know what I
Mm,
mean? But the obvious ones get called,
mm,
and I've seen it. There's holding in every freaking play in football. So when holding, and I can say this because it's true that holding penalties can happen in the middle of the field. Okay, but our holding and our offside penalties happen when we were in the red zone. So if we're on the 9 yard line on third down and we're third and goal from the nine, and then Luminor gets a 5 yard penalty, now we're out of the red zone, right? But we're still third and goal,
yeah.
right? So when you look at your playbook, there's not a lot of plays for that, Twine. You know, you just got to call your basic play. You got your red zone material, and then you got your regular play material. So distances and downs and yardage, they look at that. It's so complicated to be a coordinator, and people don't know that. They think it's easy. That's why I get sometimes I don't ever get frustrated, Twan. You never
Mm,
see me frustrated on a live or anything like that. But I just listen, and I don't want to say like, hey, dumbass, you think you're a coach, or I'm not saying I'm the best coach. But I make a shitload of mistakes. I've been told, get out of my room. You know what I mean? I've been
mm,
told that before, and people I've looked up to been told, get out of my team. I don't need you. Good guys, but when you sit there and you listen to people that watch Madden and say, well, he should have did this instead of that and did this instead of that. Okay, the teaching part of it, the teaching the receiver to do this and that and this and that, and everything. It takes a whole week to get that in there. That
mm,
whole week, these players are getting better and better and better. You know what I mean? So when you get like a distraction in your game plan, like a penalty, it just stops the motivation that you have for that. As far as the coordinators concerned, that's why they get so they hate. I hate penalties. I hate penalties and fumbles. I tell my backs, if you fumble the ball, you better not ever look at me. Don't ever look at me. And then they know what they do, bro, because I hate those. It's a
Yeah,
turnover. And I go, you better hope you recover. But I'm still gonna get mad because you let it go.
yeah,
And if, even though it's a good hit, we practice that every day. First thing, every day is ball security. First thing. So it's a part of the game and it happens. But when you get upset, oh, fucking Illuminor, he did it again. And I've said that before too, Twuan. And and it's easy to say, well, just watch the football. What Illuminor, watch the. You don't know what this guy's hearing in the end zone. He's
yeah,
hearing everybody call him this and that. Your mama's this and that. You're hearing the defense yelling at his face. We don't know that. The guys saying height, height, fans saying height, 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 and things like that. The concentration, you have to be really focused. And
yeah,
that's the thing that Illuminor has, is that he needs to just block and listen to the guy.
yeah. I said it. I said it jokingly. You know, what I'm saying it in its rotation. I was like, man, if there was a situation where you know our guard went down, I was like, man, we need to slide Illuminor closer to guard so he can see the ball get snapped, and maybe he won't false start. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
there's
but you got these
something.
people doing silent counts now. It's on the center. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? They're not saying nothing, and that's to stop the defense for a millisecond, so they won't be able to get there.
yeah,
And that happens mostly almost every play now. It's on the center. And, once you see that center's head go up, be ready because it's gonna come. And you can't do that. You can't be looking to the side and then try to block your man to see what kind of move he's gonna do,
yeah,
unless you're a guard. But it's tough, man, being an offensive lineman. They got to think about a lot of shit. But that's why the blame game comes. Oh, you should have more concentration and it. I said, all right, well, try doing that for a day, for a couple of snaps, and see how many times you jump offside. It'll be a lot. Almost every play you'll jump offside. And
that's a
then you
good
got
point.
a and then you got a Pro Bowl defensive end that you got to block right across from you, saying shit to you too. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
Joel Lee said a good point. He said we have some continuity with our scheme, and they're still trying to figure it out. So
Hmm.
that that that's also another plus to um to the Broncos. Uh, because we don't
Remember,
know.
remember, you remember when I used to say that, it was until game 5, game 6,
Yeah.
where we started very having, those 5 guys there. They were steady there, and then we had some injuries or whatever. But we have our 5 already there for game
Mm,
1, and then that's gonna make a big difference in my eyes. So that's really good that you have 5 guys that you already. But Satya said these are the guys that I'm going with. We're starting out with them, and then we're not rotating a tackle and a guard, and then having another guy come in there, and then having another guy show up, and then switching guys back and forth. And we can't have that happen because that was our problem.
hey, great. Hold on. I got to do something real quick. I got to pass the blunt.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's good, Gabe? How you doing, man?
That was a
Cracking.
long
Chill.
restroom break, bro. The long restroom break.
I grubbed, man. I fucking grubbed
Uh,
real quick. Ah, fuck, that shit's good. But girl made some, like, I had some like those Red Baron pizzas. Just pop one of those in the air
Oh,
fryers and
nice.
shit. You know, and I had some like those coconut shrimp that you get from the fucking the frozen section at the fucking at like Stater Brothers shit. Pop
Yeah.
those in the other side of the fucking air fryer. Dang, that show's good, though. Like
So you
good
make dinner yourself, huh?
midnight snack, dog.
Yeah.
had the late night munchies, huh?
Is there
My tacos are sitting there for 2 hours.
a quick weird fucking combination? That was some shrimp and pizza.
Yeah.
That's the combo meal right there.
Yes, sir.
Hey, speaking of that, have you tried have you been to Jack in the Box and got
Oh
the
yeah.
Snoop Dogg meal?
No, I haven't got it. It's like a different sandwich, no? It's like a weird, like a.
I
It looks
forget.
almost like
I'm gonna have to pull it up.
like a fucking like an oval type sandwich. It's a different type sandwich. There's like chicken strips in it with like cheese and shit. But it has like a brownie. Supposedly, it has like a baked brownie.
Yeah.
It has no weed in it, but you know what they're trying to do. You know what they're trying to promote. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, they
It's the
trying to play it.
meal. It's called the Munchie Meal. It's fucking Snoop. And it fucking has a baked brownie and stuff. It's crazy. Lucky, that's why. But that's why.
I'm gonna try to pull it up and see what the items were.
Jack in the Box be having fucking stoners. That's why they always fucking be up. That's why they always be open 24 hours, dog, because they know. Those late night munchies. Kick in, go get some two.
So spicy sauce and loaded chicken sandwich, a classic taco, medium curly fry, a baked brownie, and a Sprite.
Yep.
So it's the spicy loaded chicken sandwich. That's what the chicken
Get a
sandwich is.
Corona with that, bro. Should have got a Corona with it.
What happened?
I said he should have got a Corona and some Skechers with it.
No.
I mean, it's a Jack in the Box meal. I don't know if they slang Corona at the Jack in the Box.
No, I was just saying the other stuff he endorses. He endorses Corona.
Yeah.
He got Skechers going.
He had I guess like a Jack in the Box in Inglewood. Like it's called I think it was called Snoop in the Box or something like that. Like it was like a different color and everything like that, but it was everything that Jack in the Box carries with a little bit of extra added items.
Really?
But it's like his own little Jack in the Box personalized restaurant in Inglewood.
That's dope. If you have enough money, you could have your own Jack in the Box because like your own chain.
He was able to change like the logo and shit like that, and it's called like Snoop in the Box, but it's still Jack in the Box items, and Jack in the Box is still like the promoter of it.
Yeah,
because they even had a commercial of it down here. They had a commercial of it. Jack in the Box shows up in like Jack shows up in like a fucking lowrider. He shows up like and shit like so. It's actually Jack in the Box, but they combined to like collaborate, and it's like both of them. It's like an infusion. They have like added items like that baked brownie, like all kind. It's crazy.
That's cool. I mean, hey, they're still flipping their product. You know what I'm saying? You still whether you getting it from the regular Jack in the Box or you getting it from the Snoop in the Box, you still buying their chicken sandwich in some way. You know what I'm saying? So they making money.
Yes, sir. Which I'm gonna look it up right now.
Rolling, man. Snoop's rolling everywhere.
For real,
hey,
bro. He's a
Snoop has so many things going on. You know what I'm saying? And he got that from I heard a interview from him, and he said he learned that from Magic Johnson. He learned that from Magic Johnson and Shaq, like how to.
I thought you were gonna say that to Master P. He gives a lot of big ups to Master P, probably because
the music side of it, but the whole like because if you really think about it, Snoop is doing the same thing that Shaq is doing. Like Shaq has car insurance, Shaq has Papa John's, Shaq has, you know what I'm saying, like all those, like Snoop's doing the same thing, but just for whatever businesses he decided to get into.
On a little smaller scale, but he's making cash too. It's just that Shaq's making stupid cash, but Snoop's not shit. Snoop, there ain't no slouch. I'll tell you that for sure. Like that he got money.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, make sure shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Why? Because I like you.
There you go. That's a good reason for you guys. I like.
You guys have all the links out there for the guy, my guests that are here on the panel. So definitely check them out if you have not. Click if you already subscribed to them. Go ahead and like one of their videos because they like you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, them likes actually they help. You know what I'm saying? Get some of your videos out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Helps you get in the algorithm, as they say, huh? Puts you in the algorithm.
Whatever that is and how to do that, right? That's I think we all trying to figure that part out.
For real, so it's like that fucking word is was as soon as that word came out, now fucking everybody uses that shit. They don't care what it's used for or anything. Algorithm.
My phone, and I just press who am I subscribed to. Check out no algorithms. That's that's like the homepage of YouTube. That it'll come up. Like if I'm subscribed to Raider Gabe, I just go down, see Raider Gabe, click, and it shows me his shit. Right? He's live right now. Let's go. Twuan, you're on there too. I don't watch.
Yeah, but it all is a factor too, because think about how many times you opened up your YouTube and actually, like, did you scroll or did you just click on whatever was the first couple of boxes that popped up on your screen? And those ones that are first popped up on your screen, those ones get tapped more than one that you scroll down and are searching for, So that's what the algorithm is for. It's like to kind of have your stuff pop up higher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But either you get it or you don't.
Ray Love, what's up?
Ray Love is in the building, yo.
Yes, sir.
So hey, I asked this question and Gravy answered it, but I'm gonna ask you, Gabe. What wide receiver you think is gonna ball out for the Broncos game? Just wide receiver.
I mean, the obvious one is DA, you know what I mean? But I think they might maybe double team. I think man, it's so hard to go away from DA when you have it's like that type of talent. I might have to go with DA. Especially, with like the questions from last year is Patrick Surtain, kind of like with all that Patrick Surtain fucking talk and all that shit. I just think D's ready to go out there and cook.
Oh, you think it's gonna be a part 2 or a part 3 or whatever? Like he ain't ready situation. He still ain't ready.
This is what he's gonna still be doing, Doc. He's still gonna be going like this. Yeah, but it's because
I don't think.
I think even with
Mayer's gonna get a lot of. I shouldn't say that. I don't know.
Mayor?
Mayor, I don't know. Think they might go with Hooper.
Well, Hooper is on the depth chart is the starter, but Mayer's gonna get some burn. First game of the season. I think a lot of these guys are gonna get a lot of play time.
Graham Cam, good to see you. I hope all is well.
Especially in Mile High. I just think
go ahead.
with I just think with like the even with the like the presser today with Jimmy G, they were asking him and shit. Like I just think when push comes to shove and like it's a pass call or something like that, he already kind of has it in the back of his mind that all you got to do is give DA a chance. You know what I mean? So he says all he got to do is throw it up there. Like that was his words today. Like all I got to do is really throw it up there and just give DA a chance. And if he gets his hands on it, he's literally he's most likely gonna come down with it. You know what I mean? So I just he's gonna come out with guns blazing, man. DA, bang bang.
Well, I know he'll be ready. He'll be
Right.
ready to go. That's one guy I'm not doubting. He'll be ready to
For
go.
sure. That's why it's hard to go away from him, but I still think they're all gonna eat. You know what I mean? I think they all have decent games. I just think it's hard to go away from DA in the wide receiver room. You know what I mean? He's just that guy.
Gravy, I'm gonna ask you this question since you're the running back specialist. With Josh Jacobs just coming back, is that going to affect his running being in that elevation? Like just coming back. It's not like he's been, getting like serious reps and training and everything else. Like, are we going to see? I'm not going to say he's like totally going to fall off, but is he? Do you see a difference in his running because of that? It being the first live action for him?
I'm not concerned about that just because it is Jacobs and he's been there before. I'm pretty sure he prepared himself. He was looking at the schedule and said, "I got to go to Denver first." And you prepare yourself for that. I wouldn't doubt if I see him do like a long run and then go hit the oxygen mask. So you know what I mean? That at that time. But as far as like it being a problem for him, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hey, Graham Cam, drive safe, man. Safe travels to you, man.
For sure, man. For sure, hell yeah.
Praying for safe travels for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for listening, though.
Yeah, it's a good fucking
elevation elevation is something that I've never been through, but I've heard that it's tough if you breathe a lot. Like if you're, I'm pretty sure he's in shape, but that type of elevation you can't get in shape for unless you're in it. And I've heard that later on it gets worse, but in the beginning, you just adjust yourself, but it gets worse. But
thinner air, thinner air, less air molecules up there and shit like that. So it's just it's just thinner. So your fucking lungs don't get as much oxygen, but it's gets tougher. You get tired faster for sure.
Call me crazy, but I always wanted to, like, I'm not saying I'm ever going to freaking make the NFL or anything like that, but I always wanted to like just travel to like, to Denver or whatever, or travel to, where it is elevated and try to play a pickup game. You know what I'm saying? Try to play like a basketball game and see, like, for myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they, and I know I'll never be on that level, you know what I'm saying? And probably not even physically.
When I go up to the mountain right here in Big Bear, the elevation for Big Bear City is like almost 8,000 feet. So it's more than a mile high, right? So when you're up there, you feel it right away. Like when you're out there, just like when we went out there this last time, a volleyball game and shit like that. Like, that shit is, you get tired, bro. You feel that shit. Like it's way different. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just you take a little jog and you're just like,
and the less oxygen you get, the more fatigue you get. So,
it's just
Twuan, that when you've gone and you're to the hospital or whatever, they 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 take your oxygen levels, and then they gotta breathe regular oxygen, and then they test you. They take your blood, and then you gotta do it again. Have they ever gave you like half oxygen?
No.
They have it. They give you half oxygen, and then you get your to make your blood levels go down. They give you half of it.
Got it.
So, well, your oxygen level down, they give it to you. That stuff it tires you out, and then after that, they make you do that 6 minute walk. They make me do it 6 minute walk. It's tough to breathe, dude. Once you got that in your blood, yeah, you gotta have it on for like about 15 minutes, where it gets in your blood, and then it's tough. It's tough to even walk 6 minutes.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I had to do
they
that.
give you regular oxygen, and then they take your blood, and then they give you half oxygen. It's a big tank. They give you the half of it, and then you do they you do a 6 mile walk. Then they take a 6 minute walk, and then they take your blood again, and that's how they average your oxygen levels in your
okay.
blood, and then that's what and then it goes like this. Your oxygen levels are real high or they're real low, and it'll be like this. It evens it out your oxygen levels. It's gonna trick in your body into think, hey, you're in elevation.
Yeah, it's crazy, dog. That being up there
But just if you're in that
it,
shit for like all the time, it's bad.
that's why boxers go up there and train too. Boxers go up there
Hmm.
to train in elevation to see if like like it gets their lung capacity better, like stronger and shit like that. So if they're not if they could withstand they could go through like 12 rounds of sparring up there consistently, then the idea is that when they're down here on flat, or closer to sea level, it's so much easier to breathe that you're like, because you're getting so much more oxygen that you don't really tire out.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I remember seeing, because I think Marshawn Lynch did it. He used to have he used to be like a mask, like a
oh yeah,
almost like a
blocks.
kind of look like a gas mask, but like yeah, and I guess it was supposed to do the same thing. It was supposed to like help.
It's a restrictor. It's a restrictor
it's harder
mask.
to breathe in. Yeah, it's a restrictor, man. It basically restricts the amount of oxygen you can breathe in on a certain breath. Like, it takes more strength for you to breathe in. So like you're getting less oxygen, right? So it's kind of like the same idea. Elevation mask too. They call them that too as well. Yeah, because it's like the same idea.
Don't have oxygen going to your brain or through your body, you're gonna pass out. That's why when someone puts you in a chokehold, you don't get no oxygen to your head. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't want that to happen to you. That's why
No, that
they
happens to
prepare
people. Like I've seen that happen
they
to people up
prepare you
in the mountain, just
not
like
to pass
when
out.
we get there. Like my nephew one time when we got there, he like literally was like falling, dog. Like he was falling all over the place because his equilibrium was like bad, like the oxygen levels were bad. So he kept falling over.
Yeah.
So like it was just like, yeah, because so it's just it's crazy, dog. Like your body, certain bodies are different. Like or like even with like the you remember RC Ryan Clark.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't play. He couldn't play when they went out into Denver. One time he almost died. They had to pull out his fucking his spleen and shit like that because
No way.
he almost died for playing in Denver because he has sickle cell, I guess, right? So
Mm.
that he carries that sickle cell trait. So I guess that's another thing for like if you have that, I guess that's another thing for like that restricts. I don't know if it's oxygen based or something like that, but it's yeah he almost lost his life. Like he talks about it on his Pivot podcast too. He's talked about it before, where he was never able to play when they played in Denver. When Pittsburgh would go to Denver, he wouldn't play. I think he didn't play in that game against. He wasn't able to play in that game against Tim Tebow. That was one of the big reasons why like that shit was they suffered. Their defense kind of suffered that day though because they didn't have Ryan Clark, but Ryan Clark wasn't going to risk death basically. You know what I mean to play.
All eyes. JJ with more than 20 carries.
Well, you know the record. The record if he gets more than 20 carries.
Yeah.
Our record is something like, I think we're like, it's all I know is it's super good. I think we've only lost a couple of games and we've won like over like 20 or something like that. Like it's a crazy like disparity when he gets over 20 carries.
I thought it was when he hits 100.
I think it was a either or, but
Okay.
I think because usually when he gets because of his average, usually when he's getting 20 carries, he's usually at that mark anyway. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to keep feeding him the ball if like if he's not really being effective. So if he's getting to 20 carries, usually that means he's kind of being effective to a certain degree. So he's going to usually be at that 100 mark anyway.
Yeah, because I think his average last year was 4.9.
Yeah, so it should be like around that, and that puts him at exactly like 100 yards a game. You know what I mean? If he's carrying the 20 times. So I think it's that's the number one. That's the mark. That's the benchmark, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see on Sunday, dog, if he's ready. His body's ready.
I really don't
if it's
care.
Working, if it's working, I'll give it to him 25, 26, 27.
I just want it to be enough to where, you know what I'm saying, the play action is live, you know what I'm saying?
Effective, yep.
And where the defense is like, dang, like they got us again. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to that, like that's when you can be unstoppable, when you have, you know what I'm saying, a demanding, not a dominating, but a demanding running game that opens up the play action for real. And yeah, I can't wait to really see that open up for us. I'm also, to be honest with you, I know that with Jimmy Garoppolo being the quarterback and him, being aware, and knowing the playbook, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see what new plays we're going to see this year that we didn't see last year. You know what I'm saying? Like what
play, just
what opens what's going to happen when he opens up the playbook, you know what I'm saying, even more because Jimmy G's under center.
Probably probably like Greg would say, probably same plays but with new wrinkles. You know what I mean? Maybe new alignments or so, like maybe guys kind of lined up different, but I think maybe same concept, just new wrinkles. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be up to like how good the chemistry is between. I think like how good is like that. Are they gonna be on the same page, Jimmy G and like and McDaniels? You know what I mean? How good is that chemistry gonna be? And I think that's what it's gonna be predicated on. Like, if you got some good chemistry there, dog, and he's able to run, kind of like the way what McDaniels wants, then you know what I mean. I think it could be better, dog, because I think that was a big thing last year. You know what I mean? You guys kind of like it was kind of a push and shove, which I'm not saying, McDaniels was always right. It's just there was a push and shove type of relationship almost like, and I just think with a good relationship there, a good like chemistry there, it kind of like makes up for a lot of other little intricate parts of the game, where like a guy like a just an extra read you had to maybe go through. You know what I mean? Because you're not you kind of called it audible last second, so you had to go through another extra read or something like that. So to where McDaniel's play might call for a 1 or 2 read type of plays, which that's kind of what this offense calls for. You know what I mean? 1 or 2 reads quick out of the hand, and into the receiver's hand and try to make something happen. So I just want to see that new wrinkle, that just like that new wrinkle in the playbook. I totally agree with that shit. Like I want to see what new little intricacies that he adds to this shit.
Twan, when you mentioned play action and stuff, I wanted to hit back on that. Was that if when you said new plays, the football's always been the same way as far as the running game is concerned. You've always
Mm,
had your gap play. You always had your power plays and counter plays that are usually off tackle. And then you have your outside sweeps and tosses. That's never changed in 100 years. It's always been that way. It's what you do on the sprinkled what Gabe said outside different formations. You can have one play and run the same play 5 times with different formations. That's what he is creative about, to where the defense won't think, hey, he's running a power. You can run a power 3 times in a row and gain 5 yards of carry, but it could be in trips, it could in 2 by 2 or 3 by 1, or 2 running backs and 1 tight end and 1 receiver. You can be all those different type settings, but you're still doing a counter play. You're still going to that hole off tackle. But that's what the genius of that offense is. You could do anything, run the same play over and over and over again. And you could actually you could run play action on first down, the first play of the game, because Denver could come out and say, hey, they got Jacobs back. They're gonna run the ball first. And you could just fake that. Fake play action and then boom, hit something deep or mid range. 'Cause it's just what type of team you are.
Chess
If you're a
match.
running team, you can play action on first down.
yeah,
You don't have
I mean,
to.
chess.
You don't. You can run it. You could run the play action and establish the run, then run play action. That's the most basic way to do it. But if your identity is run the ball, like Tennessee, you got what's his name back there. They give him a couple of tries and then they play action to him and they hit somebody on the side. Yeah, but that's their identity. They could do that. They could do that.
Yep.
yeah. I, I,
True.
I just I just feel like there was certain. I just in my mind I just felt like there were certain plays that maybe weren't 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 called because they just weren't the group wasn't ready to make
Yeah.
that progression. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Mhm.
because Jimmy G's been in this offense before, and you know what I'm saying, he kind of knows the
Yeah.
the playbook. Some of the things
Mhm.
that maybe a first year quarterback would know, Jimmy G already knows, so they can go to the
Mhm.
next, the next install, or like we've heard that before. Like we've heard it with, with Gruden, where first year they had plays, but then the second year they had a whole nother install, from the same playbook, but it was a whole different set of plays that were stemmed off of what they learned in year one. So I think we'll be able to take that jump because of, a quarterback that's already been in the system. So that's what I was talking about, of seeing plays that maybe we didn't see last year because that was a first year offense versus a quarterback that's been in this offense before. So he knows the installs, he knows the checks, he knows the, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. So we might see some new things out of this offense.
Yeah, like everybody basically that's on that team, you know what I mean, it is their second year now. So it's their second year you're learning this offense, and the guys that they brought in new, which the two biggest pieces, what I would say, you know what I mean, other than the rookies, of course, like you would say, like Jimmy G and Jacoby Myers, they already know the offense. You know what I mean? So like guys are gonna be more comfortable because it's their second year in the offense. And then guys that came in new already knew the offense prior to this, being on this team. So I just think it's gonna be, I think there's gonna be a lot of a good chemistry on the offense for sure.
There's always something creative you could do. You could do end arounds and some trick stuff. That's in his game. We don't like it, but it could be, end around is to see what that could do, because they could do an end around and not gain no yards, but look downfield and see who's open, and then the guy he won't even get the ball this time, and he'll just come around and then DA boom right there, 20-30 yard gain. They're always a play two ahead, and then
shout out to
that's what
21.
McDaniels do.
Shout out to 21 in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Please click the like button. If you have not, please subscribe. Click the notification bell so you're notified. Also, the two brothers that are on my panel are great content creators, in their own right themselves. Their links are also in the chat, so definitely get on board with them. Quit playing with yourself, and get with Gravy. You know what I'm saying? And with Raiders Outsiders. And then also, you know what I'm saying, Raider Gabe.
Sir, Smoke Out Hour, coming live.
Yeah.
So yeah, we finished having live earlier too, and now this, shit, we jumped on Twuan's live now. So it's like, content's going, man. Content's gonna be going up, this whole season, I think. So, you know what I mean, especially with the way I think the season's gonna go. But either way, you know what I mean. Either way, I think it's gonna be content all year, just because there's gonna be something to talk about regardless. Because this there's always seems to be like a kind of a divide with this team anyway. So you're gonna talk about it one way or another. You know what I mean? Either they're winning and you could tell people I told you so, or they're losing and you could say, you know what, I should have listened. So it's either way, it's gonna be content all year. You know what I mean? So you'll be hearing it. So it's like you'll stay tuned for sure, man. So I'll just tell you this. If we struggle, I won't be shy to call out guys that are I feel are accountable, or you know what I mean, or just because that's the thing I think we have to do as content creators too. Like I know, like for a fact, some of these guys might not watch religiously, but they hear noise, and I know they might not watch those either, but they hear it, dog. They hear it. So it's just you gotta hold these guys accountable if you want to fucking, you know what I mean. Just that's what we got to do for this team, dog. Cause hold guys accountable, put their feet to the fire when they're fucking messing up and shit. So let's do that. That's what it is. That's what it's gonna be this year, dog. Content.
Joel Lee. To Joel Lee. 20 is not the magic number, because he could get 12 carries and bust 10 yards, 11 yards, 12 yards, a 20, a 25. And I can almost guarantee you a half a football is almost done if he does that. So that's what we want. You want him to do more with less carries. You know what I mean? Now, 20 carries and then nothing. You want typical Josh Jacobs 4.9. If we could get 5.6.2, that'd be better. As long as that clock is moving. And that's how you beat teams. Have that clock move. So less carries, more yards.
Too
Not
much
20
because like
carries.
in his
Not 20 carries and get 100. You want less carries to get 100. That means you're doing something.
So in his time with the Raiders, I guess in 24 games, he's rushed for more than 20 carries, and they're in those 24 games, they're 18-6. That's
Now, if that's his goal to win, has he ever had less carries with more yards and we won the game? Or that'd be too hard for you to get.
I don't know. Let me see.
Has he ever had less than 20 carries?
Yeah, because if he's only had 24 games with more than 20, so that means he's had a bulk more than actually he has had with 20 games. So he's had more games with less than 20 carries than he has with 20 carries.
But you can't see if we won those games.
Let me see. I'm checking that right now.
Yeah, the pre-snap motion is something that they always want to. You know what I'm saying? That's how you read your defense. You know what I'm saying? I think most plays always have some type of motion before it.
Yeah.
It used to be for the secondary to see if they're playing man or zone.
Yeah.
Now it's more concentrated on the linebackers to see if they're playing man or staying home. Because you can easily, go and check that off. But it's just so wild how defenses are so complicated to read now. It's you could go in motion and still be a man. Just switch. And it's easy to say, but that's why you see these motions where they come back and they go around the quarterback and they do all this. They're really trying to see if you're man. That's why they do all that, Twuan. They run around the quarterback, they hit the running back, they do this, they do run across the field, they come back.
Yeah.
They're really trying to see if the secondary's in man or not.
So when he has less than 20 carries, they're 9 wins, 27 losses.
When he has less than 20?
When he has less than 20 carries. 18-6 when he has more than 20 carries.
You're using him a lot.
Yeah, that's a big change. It's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
Circus, good to see you. Blessings to you, man.
Double the win.
I saw your post earlier.
So that when he has more than 20 carries, he has double the wins. But when he has less, he has triple the losses or quadruple the losses.
That shows you right there what type of running back Josh Jacobs is. Then you got to get him going. You know what I mean? You got to get him going with at least 20 carries for him to. And they have to work. Those carries have to matter.
To something, yeah.
And good to see you.
They have to be punishing the defensive line, bro. That's the one thing. You got to be punishing the defensive line to where you might be getting 3-4 yards in the first quarter or whatever, but when the fourth quarter comes around, you're getting 5-6 yards, 7 yards. Even occasionally breaking for a 10-yard fucking carry. Like that's when and that's the type of running backs I think Josh Jacobs is. So that's why he needs those 20 carries, because he's the type of guy that's gonna wear on you, dog. He's like a little pinball, dude. Like he's gonna wear on you early, and early they're probably gonna get some plays where they might stop him for a yard or two, but with him just I think working and when they do give him the ball that much times, I think he just becomes more dangerous at the end of the game, because he's a guy that kind of gets. I haven't seen him really get tired, dog. So like, because you can see it in the records when he's when he actually gets more work, he's more effective. So I just think that's the type of game plan that I think that we have to game plan around that, because he is one of our studs on offense. You know what I mean? And I think we will go where Josh would take us. I think this year, dog. He like because he's on that contract year. He's the question mark. Is he gonna, you know, is he gonna play for his big contract again? You know what I mean? Or is he gonna be, just just being that guy? You know what I mean? Just being a guy of the team, and just collecting the paycheck because he got his 12 million or whatever. But I just believe he's gonna be that guy again, though. So I think he it starts and stops kind of with Josh Jacobs. Of course, we have other guys who could do it on this team too, like Da. But Josh Jacobs, dog, I think that's why it was so important to get him into the building.
Yeah, we were
We
definitely
start this game. Start this game, and Zamir White starts at right.
I think Zamir's gonna get a lot of carries for sure. That like not. I mean, when I say a lot of carries, I'm saying like I would say a good fucking 7 to 10 carries. I can see Zamir getting a good amount of like that of touches. Anywhere from like even touches. I would even because you might even see him there maybe on a couple whatever. I think that the person that's gonna get the work there is Abdullah, but in the passing game. But I don't know. You might see Zamir get like, because you don't really see him get carries, dog. Because last year, what did he have? A total of shit like fucking
17.
17 carries all year.
17 carries.
You know what I mean? So if you can get 7 to 10 carries in a game, that's looking up.
That's a carry a game.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if
That's
you can get
one
7
carry.
to 10 carries in a game,
That's
you
like
get 7
one
to 10
carry
carries
a
in a game.
game.
You know what I mean? That's a big improvement if you can get 7 to 10 carries in a game, which I think it's going to be necessary for him because of the how late Jacobs came in, and just because the first game Mile High,
Yeah.
what I mean? He still needs to get that kind of that get his bell ring a little bit, just so it's I just see Zamir getting some carries early, dog, and that's when I think he's going to be most effective anyway. Early when his legs are fresh, you know what I mean? The offensive line's kind of fresh, and you're gonna see what he's gonna be able to do. I think that's when the offensive line is gonna be able to be most effective. So he needs to be out there when the offensive line can be most effective, because I think Josh Jacobs kind of he makes the offensive line look better when they're playing a little tired, maybe, you know what I mean, and they're kind of laboring out there a little bit. Josh Jacobs kind of picks up that little bit of slack. He kind of makes up for that because he's gonna give you that little cutback in the backfield if a guy, you know, uh, kind of maybe breaks through on that play. You know what I mean? Maybe goes unblocked. He still has the ability to fucking juke you in the backfield. You know what I mean? And make a play that could be -2 or 3 into a +3 or 4. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. I think that the biggest difference between Zamir and fucking Jacobs. You know what I mean? So it's like Jacobs makes those guys miss when some offensive lines are kind of playing tired or looking bad. He kind of makes up that slack.
What if Zamir White gets in there and breaks off a little 30-yard run?
I love it, though. I
And then
love it.
gets the ball again, breaks up another little 15-yard run.
Shit, bro.
Hey,
It
Then
keeps
scores
hey,
a touchdown in the
That's feed
red
the hot
zone.
hand at that point. It's feed the hot hand. Yeah, of course you're gonna still want to get Jacobs involved, but at that point you're gonna want to feed the hot hand. At that point, you know what I mean. Keep giving it to him
Man,
at that point.
this
Like for
this
that, at least
fan
for that
base
drive.
is gonna go crazy, bro. This
hey,
fan base is gonna go, and I'm gonna love it.
hey, as long as Zeus don't do this, we gonna be all right.
He's in front, and everybody's chasing him, but he's not running. long as he's gaining yards, bro.
Blow the whistle.
So run it.
Yeah.
He's a run to Johnny. I was like, shit.
Cue to Johnny.
But what if that happens, bro? That'll be great. I love it. But because
I
I
love
kind
it.
of fell off with Zeus, as you guys know, when I
It,
seen him run the
it,
ball.
it
But
is possible, Gravy, and the reason why I say it's possible is because it goes to what I've been always saying about, well, not always been saying, but what I've been recently been saying about Zeus. He's going to give you what the offensive line provides, but what the defense is going to allow. So if the offensive line opens up, you know what I'm saying, parts the Red Sea, we know right now that Zeus his mental now, he actually hits the hole. You know what I'm saying? He's going to hit the hole, but he's only going to get what the offensive line opens up for him. So if the offensive line that we are expecting this offensive line to take a step and take a jump, you know what I'm saying, to do that, they might part the Red Sea and Zeus is off to the races. You know what I'm saying? And
they don't have a choice, bro. They don't have a choice. Who's back there? They got to
it
do
can
their
happen.
job. And I gave Zeus some shit at the end of the preseason, but I thought it was well deserved because he didn't run very well, and
Yeah, he didn't.
well, in my eyes,
He didn't
in my eyes,
impress. Yeah, he
yeah,
didn't
he
impress
didn't.
nobody.
For the
It just was.
opportunity that he had, to take it over, it would have been good to see him break, get more yards after the carry, put some punishment on those guys.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do that. When we have a guy that can, and I hope we see
Luna,
that guy too.
You said Loon?
yeah. Stop. Not with Jacobs back. He won't even get the opportunity. You know what I mean? That means Jacobs either got hurt or something. Because for him to get those,
You smoke crack, don't you?
It's just
lead
what
out,
better
lead.
opportunity? What better opportunity did he have than 3 games to shine? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he didn't
Yeah,
do
but
it.
it's just gonna be hard anyway, though, because getting Jacobs back, dog. Like they're gonna make Jacobs earn his money, dog. They're gonna make Jacobs earn that 12 million. You know that shit. You know they're gonna want him to go out there and get more than 20 carries. They see that stat too, and they're gonna work that fool into the ground. They're gonna be like, all right, motherfucker, you wanna go out and negotiate big time, so we're gonna get our money's worth out of you.
And
Because
and you know,
that's what all teams are doing right now. You know what I mean? They're gonna get everything they can out of a running back. And the years because what the life shelf for a running back is, so they're gonna try to get everything out of a running back as soon as possible.
and I think in perspective, Zeus is I would say he's the number 2 back, in my opinion, but I don't know how they really, want to identify him. But if Josh Jacobs, what I'm saying, needs to drink some Gatorade and Zeus comes in, we're just expecting for him to keep keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep the run respectable. You know what I'm saying? If you can, if you come in and we know Josh Jacobs is a 4.9, if you can give us a good 4 when you come in as our backup, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But we can't have, what I'm saying, we can't have you not hitting the right holes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need you to stay on that schedule. And if you do that, I'm fine with you being the backup, but we're definitely going to be in dangerous situations if we are asking for him to be our, you know what I'm saying, our main shooter.
Woke up 2K. Who woke up tonight?
Huh?
You didn't see Cool Kevin 2 lives I've been in. Now, right now. Speaking
Okay.
facts too, though.
Yeah, he ain't dry right here. He talking good.
Fucking Lou. He said, "Never mind, I'm sleepy."
But now watch this next comment's gonna be dry as hell. You start giving him props, he starts thinking, and then there it goes.
Hey,
The dry
hey,
one's
hey,
gonna come now.
hey, Loon. That based off that comment, it sounded like a sleepy comment. You know,
For real.
you know,
Like,
you know those times when you be half sleepy, you be saying crazy stuff. Yeah, that sounded like one of them.
oh fuck.
I used to do that like the hour
Hey,
before I get off work. I used to be saying crazy stuff.
wait, Loon,
Just
you ain't working graveyard no more, Loon, or what? You working mornings now or what? Or you at work right now sleepy?
Probably got himself a little hiding spot right there.
Probably, dog. You know, you gotta find those at every workspace, dog. Like shit.
Yeah,
I gotta find
they come
somewhere I can
find
like
me graveyard.
if I ever need a little 5-minute nap, where can I go? You know? Because those shits help, dog. When you're at work and you know you didn't sleep the night before, and like you're like, where can I go for like a little 5-minute nap, dog? That shit's gonna last for a couple hours. You know, that 5-minute nap is gonna last for a couple hours. So
hey,
I'm
the
gonna
the
go do
first
this.
first thing you do when you go to a new job is the first thing you do is you look around
So where the
where the
cameras
Oh,
cam
are at.
wait,
where the camera is. I'm like, am I the only one that does that? Like, you start a new job or go to a new site, you're all like, okay, where the
oh
cameras
fuck.
at? Okay, maybe I could, you know what I'm saying, doze off a little bit over here, you know what I'm saying, and not get in trouble for it.
Shit,
Go to
I
the
would go
car,
like
bro. Go to the car and lay down.
I would go to like because we would always be working in like houses, right? So like I would just go to the restroom. I supposed to be like I was gonna take a dump or whatever, but I would just sit right there, dog, and just be like this, sleep for like 10 minutes, and wake up. And wake up and they just fucking not. I didn't even. I would just be sitting right there, dog, with just all right. I'm good. Oh shit. Then I'll be up. That's all it would take.
Loon's up. That's Loon right there.
What?
Right there.
Zeus.
He's awake, man. He woke up.
He always be doing that shit though. Like he will be running into like the back of his offensive lineman and shit like that. Like he needs to get that head up, dog. You know, like and it's just see where he's going. You know what I mean? It's you know, I spelled Jacobs wrong. It wasn't supposed to meant to be Zeus. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be Zamir.
He put Jahi or something like that on there.
It was Zahir, but
Jahir
he said
Zeus.
he said he spelled Jacobs wrong. That's all it was.
Hey, but what's crazy
He
though is
looked
like,
damn sure this morning, man. He came up with some crazy. He did some research, I guess, at work. You're supposed to be doing work, but he did research and said that, I
No,
never heard he had no baby's mama and he ain't got
I
no
kind of
kids and
that
and
made me
and
look. That made me look, and
and
I seen that he has no kids, so it has to be something where he's hit it, and it could be like some step kids or something like that. But it's some of a lot of the sites that I was even looking at said that he has no kids.
even if you have step kids, bro, has he been married? You gotta be married to have kids, or did you take
It's just
care of another man's kid?
situation, dog. It's just a weird situation though, like because he's kind of putting it out there like, oh, these guys got it, contact with my baby mama and all this shit, and then like you do a little bit of research and it's like, this fool, does he have actually a baby mama? You know what I mean? It's just weird, dog. So it's like, because like none of like you would think like if he had kids or something like that, like it's a public record. That's a public type of thing where like all kids are registered and shit like that. They're in the
mm,
registry shit. So like, you know, it would kind of be known, even if he was kind of hiding it. There would kind of be at least in like, you know, in some one of these pages saying that, you know, he has kids that he's had with the prior lady, but they were not, you know, not named or something, you know. But it's just weird that, you know, like it's literally a lot of these sites say no kids to account of. It's just
We
that
we
was
know his phone wasn't hacked now, so
yeah, that was just tripping me out because when Lou said it in the morning, I was just like, what the fuck? Like I didn't know, I had no clue about that, right? So and then I did a little research of my own too, and then I was just like, damn, it's fucking right. Like all of this shit said, none of it says that he has a fucking baby mom.
Yeah, I just feel like some of that stuff is, you know, we'll never know what's really true, but I do believe that some of it is true. You know what I'm saying? Some of
as
it.
far as what?
So I don't know if he I don't know if
As
he
far
really
as what?
doesn't like, you know what I'm saying, Ziegler and McDaniels, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Something. There's a reason why he, you know what I'm
Lashed out.
saying? Maybe he did have a deep, you know, maybe there was a deep feeling and thought of he always wanted Patrick Graham to be head coach. You know what I'm saying? Or he felt that Patrick Graham is getting the short end of the stick situation. And you know, so there's a lot of ways to try to think about it or figure it out, but it's it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? You'll go crazy trying to figure out this maze of
Yeah.
You're probably not going to hear nothing because they're tight lipped.
Not
That's
at
the
all.
way they are.
Not at all.
They're tight lipped.
I heard through the
The
grapevine.
only one doing everything is Chandler Jones.
No, but I heard
These
like
guys
a
are
rumor
saying,
grapevine that Mark might speak on it tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's big time. If Mark's gonna speak on it tomorrow, then that means I don't know, man. That's gonna be if he does, you know, and those are just that's
playing with
speculation.
his
That's
money, bro. You're
so
playing with
I'm
his
not
money.
don't quote me and then say tomorrow, hey, fucking Gabe, you fucking told me that, you know, Mark was gonna say something like no. That was it's just something circulating that he might, you know, say. So just keep a lookout. That's all I'm saying.
He would be the one to say, because
yeah,
at this point the guys that he's hired are being questioned. You know what I'm saying? By guys that, like I'm using Gravy again as an example. I brought Gravy into my company and said Gravy's cool, and then all of a sudden Gravy started acting a fool. And Gabe, you're the owner. You're gonna look at me like, Twuan, like what?
Yeah, that's your
What
guy.
the heck? What? That's your guy. Why is your guy popping off? You know what I'm saying? So,
And that's
you
what I
know,
think Mark should
if
do.
Mark does
Mark
say
should
something,
say,
it makes sense.
I don't think Mark should say anything. I think this is why you're what you do.
I don't
You
think so
take care
either.
of the football.
If he,
I don't
if
need to
that's
say
just,
nothing.
I'm just reporting what I heard. Like it's something I heard. I kind of hope he doesn't either, because I kind of think the way that they're kind of handling it right now is showing the players that, you know what, even if I do slip up, maybe, you know, they're still gonna have, you know, my back and not air me out. You know what I mean? So it's still kind of showing something to the locker room, like, you know what I mean? Okay, like that's still like, I think some beat writers or some insider was saying that shit too. Like, I know people don't want to hear this right now, but this right here is showing the locker room, you know, like it might not show the outside world, the fans and shit, like they don't want to see this shit going on, but you know, the other stuff like the press conference where they're not answering any questions, they're keeping everything in house, and everybody seems to be kind of running at the same, the same beat. You know what I mean? So like, they asked Mad Max, they just try to ask multiple questions to different people, with the same type of, concept. And I just think that we're all on the same page. And I think that's a good way to try to handle these situations, because you show guys in the locker room that, like, okay, like then that they're not gonna fuck me over if I, make a mistake, which that's why Chandler, like right now, Chandler, like the first one, I would say mistake, you know what I mean? Yesterday, whatever, he was going through something, whatever, like whatever you want to blame it on, mistake. But now that's the only thing I would point to. Like, it's now to me looking like a little bit of form of self-sabotage type shit, where he could cost himself a lot of money, which, you know what I mean? You never want to see any of these guys lose out on money, you know what I mean? Because they're putting their life out on the line, basically, every game, with the possibility of them, not living a fucking normal life when they get done with football, you know what I mean? So it's just it's a crazy situation, bro.
Yeah. You know, Twuan, Coquel, next comment.
That one?
Can't be a head coach. He keeps guys like Faison, Teamer, and Amik on his defense. I don't have a problem with Amik. I've talked about that. Amik, I mean, I know, Cool Kev, you
The next one.
think you don't, I know you don't like Amik and shit like that, but I mean, the stats for
That's
him have
right.
always been getting better every year.
That
Teamer,
one?
I think Teamer is more of a special teams type of guy. But who else did he have on that list? What did he say? Teamer, Amik, and who?
Faison.
Well, I don't know. Faison.
Faison got hurt.
Faison did
Me,
get hurt, but he's
I don't know
still
what you
on.
want.
They didn't put him on the short-term PUP list though, so he's gonna be back before week 4, obviously, or else they would have put him on that list. And so that means I know he didn't participate, so most likely he's not gonna play probably in this game, but he should be ready before game 4, or else I mean, it doesn't make sense to even fucking have him in, on depth chart.
Faison was supposed to let's keep it a whole bill here. Faison is a band-aid. You know what I'm saying? He came in to serve as a band-aid. Why? Because we weren't going to be able to draft enough corners to fill out a cornerback room. You know what I'm saying? So whether Faison's here or not, I mean, he was supposed to just come in and, like, I can almost guarantee you that Faison's here just for a year and he's going to be gone. Because he's a band-aid. Not saying that.
A band-aid twice. He's a band-aid twice.
Yep.
Just,
2 different coordinators.
He one of them super band-aids. And
he was a band-aid for Gus Bradley, and now he's a band-aid for Patrick Graham.
Just 2 different paper cuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
and that's what Faison is. He's a band-aid. And not saying that Faison is bad, but that's what a band-aid is. He's supposed to cover up something until it gets healed up, or until, you know what I'm saying, you can get it replaced. So that's Faison's situation. Unfortunately, he got hurt early, but
he is a 4th Street guy, dog. So, like, I mean, I don't think we're gonna be asking too much of him. I mean, let me rephrase for that, because I think a lot of these guys are gonna get a lot of play time just because, you know what I mean, the rotation. I think that they tend to run. There's always big time rotations. A lot of guys go in and out, but I don't know, man. I think Faison's a guy that's kind of like at the bottom. You know what I mean? So you're gonna see a lot of other guys before you might see him. So I just think it's I think more of a depth type of thing with him. But I mean, he did kind of play solid for us a couple years back, you know what I mean, as a step in, you know what I mean, kind of off the couch and shit. Now he's kind of got a taste of it. He's been in the league, you know what I mean. He hasn't been, sitting on the couch getting waiting to get picked up, doing these random workouts for teams and shit. So now he's actually felt, the professional level, the speed of the game. So I just think he's better for it, man. I just think he's all better for it, and he'll be better for sure this year, though. This
Hey, Circus, you ain't ever lied.
Take IR face
What
on.
do you
Then
guys
launch.
think happens to Graham if I know he wasn't given much, but he got a lot of free agents.
Uh,
If this doesn't pan out, what do you think happens to Graham?
I I think he had a tough situation last year. He was trying to, what I'm saying, like, and I use the saying, he was
This
trying to
year,
build brick with no straw. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have much, what I'm saying, on the defensive side to really, get busy. Like, I think this year he actually has some guys there that he could, what I'm saying, move around and play with, and what I'm saying, and make it work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the defense is at its full product, but I think he'll have a better stab at it this year. But unfortunately, business wise, I think that he's the what I'm saying, he's the fall guy. You know what I'm saying? If things hit the dumpster fire, Graham's the first one smoking.
Yeah, because like I would say, I mean, if you're gonna go and out and say, you're gonna keep McDaniels for the foreseeable future and all this shit, then fucking keep everything intact. You know what I mean? If that's the case, but um, even if I think if they struggle a little bit and he doesn't get this team, with this defense, and like on the right track, I think that there's gonna have to be some sort of fall guy. So I think that could see maybe, like it could be like a Graham that could be like a big, because he's a big part of this coaching staff that could be let go, and maybe they bring in somebody if this shit don't work. You know what I mean? So
No, when we
because I
got
think
him the number one pick, the number one pick was a defensive guy.
yeah,
We
but I
didn't
just think
spend
that
it.
Mark Davis is like, looking like he's becoming more and bud with McDaniel. So I just think they're gonna be able to kind of like, get their way anyway. You know what I mean? So
Well, he's the head coach, Gabe. He has to be.
yeah, for sure. No, no, for sure.
Your owner's talking to the defensive coordinator better than he is the head coach, then you got a problem.
Yeah. I
I just
I feel though with Graham, like, he just didn't have everything that he really needed for his defense. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's actually getting it this year. So I hope he does well. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, it's last year. I don't think it was like any of his play calling that was the issue. It's just we didn't have the players to get it done. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's games you watch and you could tell, oh, that freaking defensive coordinator freaking did a zero cover blitz, you know what I'm saying, at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Or he should have never did that, or oh, we shouldn't have never did prevent, whatever the situation may be. Like you can put that on the defensive coordinator, but I don't think there was times like that I could identify, you know what I'm saying, with Patrick Graham, like, dang, you should have ran this play, or you should have did this. I think it was just he didn't have the personnel.
There was bad losses with him, man.
that
Andy,
yeah, that
the
too. I've been
Rams, the
with all
Rams,
that. Yeah.
Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? The
Like
But
just
could you
change
say?
wasn't all
But
him.
could you say that it was on him, or was that personnel?
It was personnel, but it goes to him. It
Yeah.
goes it goes to him.
it
That's
has a
the
lot to do
bad
with a
thing
lot of
about
things, dog. Because I think
that's the
like
bad thing
because
about being a coach, bro. You get fired because you pay the players are gonna be there unless they're a free agent or whatever. But if guys that you have an input in drafting, and we know that most of these guys, a lot of them, most of them were there with Graham at the Senior Bowl, so he handpicked these dudes, even the offensive players,
Mm.
and said, "Get this guy. Buddy." And a lot of all those guys made the team. So this draft right here is mostly Graham draft more than it is a Ziegler McDaniel. I'm sure Ziegler was there, but Graham coached the team, so he felt these guys what they could do, and then that's important. So these guys they need to make an impact. That's why I think if Chandler's not there, that Graham would push to say, "Hey, let's see what Wilson can do. Let's see what Bennett can do. These are my guys."
yeah, I think
You
Bennett's gonna
know,
be
I,
a good one. Bennett's gonna be a good one. And
I
they still
want to
got Nate High, Peters,
sit and wait when things go bad, and then throw him out there when it gets worse.
yeah,
Build up that confidence for that kid.
Corian.
But hey,
Um,
Twan, I gotta hit the sack, man. I gotta get up
yeah,
like in 4 hours,
okay.
and
My
Yeah.
I'm
eyes
an
are like
old dude, and
Yeah.
I don't
It,
wake
it,
up too good.
it's definitely about that time, you guys.
Mm.
I wasn't even expecting to go 2 hours and a half, but
quick,
we
man. It goes
did.
quick.
We did.
Bro, you're talking ball.
It
It goes by
2 hours
quick,
and
bro. For me,
did
it
2 hours and
does.
15, and on my show earlier, 2 hours 30 right now. That's fucking almost 5 hours, dog, of talking ball, and it don't seem like we took 5 hours of that fucking time.
Yeah.
So,
You ever have
but
a
hey,
5 hour live game? You ever have a 5 hour live game? Just one?
yeah, I have,
Yeah. In
like
the
back
beginning,
last year. Yeah, last year. It was one of like the actual live that kind of got the most views. Actually, it was one where Carr got his extension because
Okay.
everybody was kind of like that when Carr finally got his extension, and like because people were like, "Oh, should he get it? Or should he not?" and all this shit, and then he got it, and that I went for a good while that day.
well, thank you, Twan. I appreciate it. Gabe, always, brother. Love you guys.
Yeah,
So you guys
uh,
have a good
we'll catch
evening. And
you.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you hopefully on the low show, fan show. We'll do another one. It'll be
Yes,
more than
sir.
an hour. I tell you that for damn sure.
Yeah,
Hey,
for sure.
Gravy's link is in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and check him
Yeah.
out. Definitely subscribe to him. Um, up and coming, you know what I'm saying? YouTube content creator, Raider Outsiders. Definitely great information.
Thank you, Twan. Good night, guys.
All right, man. Gabe, you want to say something on our way out, or?
Yeah, man. I'm just just glad I was able to be on the show tonight, dog. Just thanks for bringing me up here, man. Fucking
Sure.
it's always great to fucking talk football, man, especially Raider football. So any chance I'm getting right now, dog, it's just love talking about it, bro. It's just like it's rolling off the tongue right now. You know what I mean? Raiders is just like everything about it right now, especially with all the news. So yeah, man, just stay tuned for my channel, man. Raider Gate 420. There's gonna be a lot of content dropping on there. I mean, especially with the homies from around, that do content with us. You know what I mean? With Loon, with Dirty, with Twuan, and Dirty Low. We got Ben. We have Gravy. You just seen. So there's just a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? There's a couple people that I'm missing, I know, but it's just just a lot of people, man. So we're gonna be just watch out for that, So we're gonna be going live pretty much like every day, dog. So you'll SC as well, dog. So you'll be hearing a lot of you're gonna be seeing a lot of lives. So you'll have some round the clock type of coverage. You know what I mean? We'll kind of make sure that we bring it to you. And yeah, man, just stay tuned, man. I think it's gonna be a great year. But for sure, man, just hit the like, subscribe to all of the channels. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Go grab somebody's phone, you know what I mean, that like, and just be like, hey, go on their YouTube and just subscribe. Now, fuck it, you know what I mean? Let's just do it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Support. That's if hey, we're not asking for money or anything like that. Just that's the perfect way to support right there, dog. That's more than enough.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but for that, yeah, hell yeah, man. Let's go Raiders, man.
All right. Thanks, Gabe, for coming in. You know what I'm saying? You always welcome here. Got much love for you, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Hey, your nation, stay up, man. Oh yeah, for your eyes having a good night. Stay tuned for tomorrow.
Hey, I want to give you guys a good word. You know what I'm saying? It's always a positive word, a phrase of motivation. You know what I'm saying? I always do this at the end of my lives. Today, my good word for you is take a second and think about somebody that a loved one. Think of a loved one and tell them and be intentional about it. Be very serious about it. Tell them that you love them. And it might be somebody that you haven't said that to in a while, but you still do love them. For an example, you may not tell your aunt that you love her, even though she knows that you love her. But tell her. You know what I'm saying? We know actions speak louder than words, but in some cases, you guys, the words actually do matter. So use your words and tell somebody that you love them. Okay. That's the good word, you guys. If you guys need prayer for you and your family members, hit me up on IG at Twuan, TWUAN. Again, going across the screen if you want to financially support the channel to help it grow. You can also do that in the ways of Venmo or Cash App. If not, again, like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Blessings can also be free. So you can, those things are free. Subscribe, click the notification bell, and press the like button. Why? Because I like you. Okay. Be a donor. You know what I'm saying? Be an organ donor. If you guys are interested in being an organ donor, you guys know that it will. If you don't know, it is always in my description in the description. So if you go in the description, you'll see the links to being a donor and all of that stuff there. Let me look at the chat one more time. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Be a donor. Yes Sir Outdoors is on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Check us out on Yes Sir Outdoors. If you're interested in fishing outdoors, just do it to support. And then please go and support my brothers that are on my panel. Those are guys that I work with, those that I, definitely have love for. Tomorrow, well, actually in a couple of hours, I will be going live again with SC Experience, the 2-for-1 Nation podcast. That's right, the 2-for-1 Nation podcast. Me and Eric from the SC Experience will be going live and discussing Raiders. So definitely stay tuned for that on this channel. You don't have to go anywhere, but you can come back to this channel and check that out. So we'll be simulcasting. So he'll be going live on his and I'll be going live on mine, and we'll be combining that to bring you the best possible content. So definitely look out for that in a couple of hours, since it is already 1:30 on the West Coast. I know people out there on the East Coast. Blessings to each and every one of you guys. Again, I got love for each and every one of you guys. I hope all is well. If you guys need anything, definitely hit me up on IG, and I will do my best to support you in however I can. So you guys know, eat some brown crackers because they're good. Remember, you guys, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else.
Vamos Raiders! Go Raiders!
And let's go, Raiders.
What up, Lo?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.